Hello everyone, welcome back to Jordan Talks Football, and today we're talking about how unbelievably bad Liverpool are at the minute. I mean, it is criminal, isn't it? I mean, I've never seen a team that has played for Liverpool that has been so lacking in energy, so lacking in ideas, and just lacking in goals. I mean, Slot talks about controlling games, but my goodness, have we ever scored a goal from open play in the past 6 months? I can't even remember the last time that we played well. It's pretty incredible how bad that we've been recently, and I think that Man City performance was really the nail in the coffin for me. I have to feel bad for Slot in many ways because, to be honest, the players I think are really letting him down right now with the lack of effort that they are showing, the lack of intensity, and just the lack of solidity and the lack of sheer grit in the games that Liverpool seem to lack at the minute. So incredibly easy to score against, and it seems like we can't buy a goal at the minute. Salah couldn't even score his penalty when we were 4-0 down, and I think that tells you everything that you need to know. Unfortunately, I think the team is just lacking too many players that want to run at this point in time, and we are basically carrying half the team for most of the game. The defence I feel sorry for as well, because honestly, they're getting absolutely no cover whatsoever from the midfield. It's like the midfield doesn't exist. I mean, let's go through the problems for Liverpool, because there are many, but I think the main one comes down to there's just too many lazy players in the team. Think about last year. The only player in the team last year that I could think that wasn't running every single game like their life depended on it was Salah. And that's because Salah was left up the pitch and he was the outlet, and he scored loads of goals and got loads of assists. And that's because the whole team was running for him. And now look at this season. We've got Ekitike, Wirtz, Salah, sometimes Gakpo as well, all in the starting 11. None of these players track back enough. And then we've got Gravenberch and Curtis Jones against Man City, for example, who have got no bloody idea what they're doing. Like, absolutely no idea what they're doing. They're both playing in a double pivot, but we've got Gravenberch on the counter. He's up, literally up front. Curtis Jones is like in the pocket, like looking around like a headless chicken. He's not a defensive player. He's an attacking player. We've got no DM, gritty, aggressive, physical players in the midfield. And then everyone's wondering why everyone's playing straight through us and running straight past our players. We've got the combination of 2, 3, 4 lazy forwards who won't track back and get goal side of the ball. I mean, how many times did Man City just play through Liverpool and then we'd have 5 players who just would not track back? Go and look at some of the footage of the game and tell me that I am not right, because this is absolutely criminal. If you play for Liverpool Football Club, you need to be able to run. It's pretty simple. It really is so simple. And yet it just seems like an absolute luxury at the minute that we can get 5 or 6 players in the team that actually run. Like I said, I feel sorry for the defence because everyone blames the defenders, but this problem comes from the attackers and the midfielders, in my opinion, because the whole team has to defend together. And it's very, very simple and obvious when you look at the problems compared to last season, where we have the entire team runs. We've got Diaz, who started pretty much every game. We had Jota, obviously, and we also had Núñez as our front three quite often. Salah would always play on the right, and then we'd either have Núñez or Jota up front with Diaz on the left. Gakpo very rarely started. He came off the bench. And then we'd have Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and McAllister as a flat 3 midfield pretty much. Szoboszlai would jump into the forward areas and we'd have a 4-2-4 in pressing formation. And we looked really, really solid. There was lots of energy in the team. And when players did get past our players, I remember the amount of times, 4, 5, 6 times I can think off the top of my head, where Diaz and Núñez would be running back into left back, right back into midfield, harassing players on the ball, running around with lots of energy, breaking with pace when they did have the ball as well. And there's none of that this season. Ekitike, fantastic player. Wirtz, fantastic player. Gakpo, I'm not so sure. I've never been convinced by Gakpo, if I'm being completely honest. I think he's been woeful this season. Obviously, Salah has been massively underperforming this season as well. The amount of chances that Salah missed against City was frankly pretty criminal. But I think we don't need to say that over and over again. I think the writing is pretty much on the wall for that one. Salah's obviously leaving, so not a major issue. We just need to get top 4 and go again next season. But I think the whole problem with Liverpool right now is there's just way too much laziness in the team. Last season, there was 1, maybe 2 players maximum where we would have them in the team and they would be what people would call a luxury player, where basically they would not do too much physical work, but they would be good on the ball. They could receive the ball and create chances up the pitch. And Salah was the only player last season that was like that. All the other players in the team would run They would work their socks off, as people would say. With Conor Bradley for large parts of last season, who was fantastic. Obviously, Trent, I'd consider Trent a luxury player, but he has obviously had so much quality on the ball that you would basically carry him in many games just because of his quality. On the other side, Robertson obviously played for large parts of the season. I think Tsimikas was there as well. I can't remember last season who was the other left back. I think it was Tsimikas, wasn't it? And all of these players would run. Robertson would run. Obviously, Van Dijk and Konate last season, they don't have to do too much running because they are centre-backs. But ultimately, the forwards and the midfielders, they protected the defence so much more than they did this season. I mean, it's like a hot knife through butter at the minute. Man City just played through us like we didn't even have any midfielders. And frankly, we didn't. If you look at the position for where the midfielders were and where the forwards were when Man City scored most of their goals, I mean, there was just no midfield. It's basically, we've got Gravenberch on one of the goals dropping in as a back five, while we've got four players that are ahead of the ball. And then we've got Curtis Jones who's on the other side of the pitch marking someone. And then there was about a 40-yard square in the middle of the pitch with none of our players in. These are all things that, in my opinion, come from the players. I know people will blame Slot and say his tactics are, bad. But honestly, every single game, Slot sets the team up and we create 15 chances and we don't score a single fucking goal. We don't score a single fucking goal, guys. Not a single goal. I mean, literally, how many chances did we have against Man City? I never felt like we were going to score. I didn't feel like we were going to score. We never looked really threatening. We know we do this thing where we pass the ball around the edge of the box, but we never create a proper chance. We never have a proper shot on target. We never just make a clear chance that we should score, really, from open play. We had a few where, the one where Salah missed, where it was 0-0 and the ball played over the top and he missed the target for some crazy reason that we'll never understand. He took like 10 touches and let the defender tackle him again. There were loads of chances, wasn't there? There were chances and Liverpool just didn't take any of them. And then, of course, Man City had 3 chances and scored 4 goals because they got the penalty as well. We basically gave them a goal for free because that's the kind of season that Liverpool are having at the minute. But the problem stems from the lack of intensity, physicality, running in the team, the lack of grit and determination to go and actually get back in a game. Because when teams aren't playing well, you know what you replace quality with? You replace it with effort. The amount of teams in the Premier League this season who don't have quality, or they have inferior quality, you would say, to some of the top 6 clubs, but they're performing really well and they replace the quality with effort. Brentford, Sunderland, these are great examples of teams that clearly don't have, top quality Champions League, you would say, Champions League quality football teams who've spent like £500 million like Liverpool have, but they replace it with effort because their players play for the club, they play for the badge, they play for each other. And Liverpool just haven't done that at all this season. They look like they're sulking, they look like they're moping. Szoboszlai after the game telling the fans that they need to, do more because all of them left after 4-0, which I honestly don't necessarily blame them for. But the problems at Liverpool are obviously myriad right now. And I think the main problem is there's far too many players in this team that are just too lazy. They just don't run. Gravenberch looks like a fish out of water at the minute, I can't lie. I mean, McAllister, he doesn't even look like a footballer anymore. Gakpo, I'm not sure he ever was a footballer, to be honest. Obviously, the criticism is a bit unfair on my part, but I am frustrated because clearly this Liverpool team have got a lot to offer. And you can see that the first 30 minutes against Man City, we were the better team by far. But then everything falls to bits. We give away a penalty, they score, and then all of a sudden it's like 5-year-old football where players are running up the pitch out of position, chasing the ball round and round, headless chicken stuff. I mean, it's just incredible, really, when you look from last season, how consistent Liverpool were for the most part in terms of just positioning, physicality, controlling games. Obviously, ever since the end of last season, really, ever since we lost to PSG last year, we really fell off, didn't we, in terms of just the quality, the consistency, and we've never really recovered it, to be honest. I think the main problem for Liverpool is we can't score goals. I mean, everyone's talking about the defence. I'm thinking, where are we going to score a goal from? Like, the amount of times where I watch them and I just think, I don't see us scoring a goal from open play. Where are the goals coming from? Salah can't even hit the stand, let alone the goal, let alone the target, let alone score. Gakpo, I mean, when's the last time Gakpo did anything that was good in a match? I can't remember. We've got so many players in the team which just seem like they have no idea what they're doing. The patterns of play just aren't there, or they are there and the players just aren't implementing them. And I mean, on transition, we look like this is like League 2 stuff. We've got Gravenberch, who's the DM, instead of being in midfield where he should be, he's dropping into the back five. We've got a 40-yard space in the middle of the pitch that Man City are running into. I mean, we've got players not tracking runners. Gomez just lets Semenyo run off the back of him for the third goal. I mean, it's schoolboy stuff, really. And Liverpool have got a mountain to climb now because they need that top four. Because I think PSG are going to absolutely thwack us tomorrow 10-0 or something if we play anywhere near like we did against Man City. I mean, we need a massive performance against PSG if we're going to salvage this season. But yeah, Liverpool got problems right now. And I think I've covered most of the things I wanted to cover. Mostly it's the physicality, the effort, the playing for the badge and for your teammates right now is not there. It's too soft. Liverpool are too soft at the minute. I think we need two midfielders in the summer. We need to replace Salah, so we need a right winger. We need a left winger to replace Gakpo because he's absolutely poo-poo caca, in my opinion. I mean, Diamande is one that we keep getting linked to. I think that would be good. I mean, we need two new wingers, left and right. Maybe three new wingers if you want to have another winger on the right because Salah is just, he's done, isn't he? He's going. So we need two new wingers and we need two DMs. I think we need DMs. Centre-backs, we've got four now. We've got Xhaka, Van Dijk's going to stay. Konate looks like he's going to sign. We've also got Leone, who's back now. And we've got Gomez, who can cover again if he still stays for another season. Although he was pretty goddamn awful against Man City, I have to say. He totally lost his head, Gomez did. And he was really good against Doku for the first half. But then, obviously, anyway. It's pretty obvious to me that Liverpool have got 5 centre-backs. I mean, really, we need another right-back because Bradley's always injured. Frimpong's always injured. We need midfielders. We need players that are going to run. We need 2 wingers that are going to be hard-working and they're going to create goals and chances and they're going to run back. We never replaced Mane, did we? We just never replaced Mane. And we need someone who's going to replace Fabinho because we've still never replaced Fabinho. We need a DM. We need 2 DMs, I think. I think we should play like Aston Villa play. We should have 4 defenders. Kirke's more attacking minded, goes forward. Frimpong goes forward. We've got 2 DMs that sit in, that can play the ball forward. And then you've got, basically your fullbacks become attackers. And then you've got your diamond midfield and, you get the idea. We need midfielders who can run. We need players who are going to run because otherwise it's just going to keep on going like this. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. As always, subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.